know how this works? Of course we're going to take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, join me. Yeah, it's lovely. And of course, going on my Crash Bandicoot coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you are into gaming retrospectives, complete and box experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you are enjoying the artsy game of mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell, held up by Tails there. Right guys, wow, we are here on holiday, yes, in Cornwall, and well guys, you know, that was actually a pre-recorded video at the start, so I haven't had my sip of coffee yet, so let's go, let's take a sip now, come on. Yes, now I've got my artsy doll mug here, but unfortunately not my Crash Bandicoot coaster, so it will just have to rest just there. Anyway, guys, well, in today's video, we're going to have a little look at how I've set up the PlayStation 3 in, yeah, an unfamiliar place. So yeah, that's going to be really exciting. And of course, we are going to get cracking with a complete and box experience today just to whet our appetite because, yes, I'm hoping to do a little bit of gameplay on MotorStorm this week for my YouTube. And yeah, maybe, fingers crossed, we might be able to get a live going over on TikTok, but I want to save Assassin's Creed for that there. So yeah, I thought, why not? Some people have been dying out for a racing game completing boxed experience. I know somebody was asking me the other day, actually, that they would love to see some sort of racing game. So yeah, that's what we're going to have a little go at today. We are going to be doing complete and boxed experience of MotorStorm for the PlayStation 3 here today. And
yes, it is currently resting in my backdrop, guys.
Oh yes, we've got a backdrop still going. So yes, here we are. Now, before we move on to do this lovely complete and boxed here, I just thought I would share with you a few little setup things that I did with the PlayStation 3. So yes, I did neatly unpack my bag. That went really well, and obviously all the cords weren't tangled or anything like that because I didn't knot them. I just carefully looped them, and yes, I easily managed to pop in my HDMI, and that just flew straight into the back of the TV because yes, it is a modern monitor. So it had some lovely HDMI ports and I could plug them in nice and safely in there. Yes, I managed to get the power cable in as well, and luckily there was a spare plug socket at the back of the TV, so obviously I popped that plug in there, and then power was directed straight through to my PlayStation 3, and then oh yes baby, there it was, the iconic start up screen for the PlayStation 3. And I obviously left it in green last time I switched on the PlayStation 3 because a lovely green swoosh came flying across the screen, and yes, and there we go, my PlayStation 3 was plugged in and ready to go for a lovely holiday break. But guys, but yeah, my controller, guys, my controller.
Yeah, it didn't have any battery, unfortunately. I am so annoyed.
Do you know what I thought it actually did when I put my controller in my bag? I swear I thought I saw it flash. And I was like, oh, okay, great. You know, it's there, ready and working. And I had my charger right by my bed, ready to put in the bag. I don't know why I didn't pop it in the bag when I did the packing video. I must have completely forgot at the time. And yes, guys, yeah, the cord is still resting on my bed back at home. So unfortunately, this does not have any charge. Can you believe it? I mean, come on, guys. It's artsy game. It is very rough and ready. I have conditioned you for this. What do you expect?
I mean, come on, guys. It's artsy game. It is very rough and ready. I have conditioned you for this. What do you expect?
You know, something was definitely going to go wrong. But don't worry, guys. What I am going to do, I'm hopefully going to pick up a cheap wire, you know, just to get this charged up. And then, of course, guys, yes, I will then be cracking on with MotorStorm for some of my YouTube videos. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, hopefully this week with, a few other little videos as well. Of course, I'm going to be taking a trip to CEX and hopefully going to get a nice Animal Crossing game there and actually have a look for maybe some other retro games in there as well. Maybe for the PlayStation 3. Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, other little things ongoing as well, not just all MotorStorm. But, wow, mentioning MotorStorm, here we go. Then we are going to be doing a complete unbox experience of MotorStorm today. Of course, looking at the front, looking at the back, looking at the disc and the beautiful manual involved in this. And, of course, the lovely gameplay and the nostalgia that this game brings for me. So, guys, let's just take, a quick sip of coffee, guys. Come on again. In my artsy door mug, guys. I did bring it on holiday. Come on, you know what I'm saying. Okay, baby. Now then, here we go. Here we go. Just look at this box art here. Wow, does this not scream action? Because it really, really does to me. Oh my God, just look at this, mud splatting everywhere on this thing. For me, this doesn't scream a normal kind of arcade racer. This screams to me like an absolute mud fest and a mud ball that you are going to be absolutely driving through, don't you think? It just looks really, really awesome. And what I really do like about this is this really awesome close-up head of a biker, I would say. Just absolutely in the zone with, again, all that mud just splattered all over that helmet there. I think that just really rocks. It just screams a really hardcore game to me, and that's what I want for a racer, absolutely. In fact, if you do look a little bit closer there, it is so muddy. You can barely see his eyes. So I don't know what that guy is thinking there. He's probably like,
God, I can't even see, so I'm just having to try and guess what is going on here.
But you know what? I have played this game, and that really does kind of give me a sense of that. At times, there is a little bit of like, oh my God, what am I doing here as you're sliding around this way and sliding around that way? Because mud is a massive feature in this. Yeah, absolutely. I would say nearly every track involved with MotorStorm, specifically this one, there is some sort of muddy trail that you can take, and I think that just really adds to the game. Yeah, it's really, really cool, and it kind of gives it a unique twist. Absolutely. I mean, now we've just kind of explored that kind of helmet there with that guy's head. Your eyes are then drawn into other areas of the box. We've got some really lovely muddy vehicles again. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to use the word muddy here, guys, but
Muddy vehicles again. I mean, I don't know how many times I'm going to use the word muddy here, guys, but
Muddy vehicles here as well.
Because that is just the box, isn't it? One big ball of mud. But yeah, we've got some really cool action shots here with kind of like dirt flinging around. This guy here is not afraid to fling his wheel dirt into the other cars behind him there. So I think that's really cool. It just looks absolute mayhem on the ground there. But look, you can even take things to great heights as well. We've got this guy just on some sort of buggy there, just jumping over the rest of the race there, which I think is really cool. So it does give you an idea of, right, okay, there's probably multiple paths in here. Yes, you've got these guys going down this route here. You've got this guy actually probably like looking in that direction. So again, this guy on the bike maybe is going down this path. And then you've got this guy on the quad bike here just jumping over the rest. He's taken a completely different route altogether, which is what I like. Yeah, I think this box does give me a sense of, different routes, different I was about to say animals. Different avenues.
I was about to say animals. Different avenues.
Different terrain as well. Yeah, there is so much going on with this box art. I tell you what, yeah. I mean, and again, actually going into more of the colours, I would actually say it's quite a dull brown aesthetic to this. There isn't anything too much like popping at me, but I think that kind of does give it that whole kind of, dirty, grimy, disgusting vibe to it, which is what I like. If you could see too much of the colour shining through, then I do think that would lose that, horrible, dirty feel to it, which is, what this is all about, isn't it? Dirt, grime, mess, and madness. And I think this does just scream it in this beautiful, beautiful box art here, absolutely. The sky actually is very, I would say again, dull, grey, dark, but you know what, to create those kind of like mud effects, you would have expected rain and horrible weather to curling up and churning up all that mud. So you don't really expect to see bright blue sunny skies in this game. Absolutely not. It is very much like doom and gloom, and you're here to absolutely just race, nothing else. You're not here to chill out at all. So yeah, I do like how they've done that there. They haven't really messed around with the weather too much to make the game and go, oh, okay, like that. It looks like there's going to be multiple kind of like weather systems here. No, I think that they've kept it quite dull, quite dark, because I think that's what that game is all about, isn't it? There isn't too much to go with the weather systems here, so they wanted to kind of draw their eyes more to the actual gameplay rather than weather systems, because yes, absolutely, in racing games weather systems are a big thing. In those arcade races you might be going into the night time, you might be wanting to change it up into the snow, you might want rain and oh gosh, all kinds of stuff. Morning time, sunrise.
Morning time, skyrise, sunrise.
I'm getting excited, guys. I think I need a sip of coffee, guys. Come on, let's just take a sip. I'm losing my words. I'm getting excited over some weather systems now, guys. Come on. But yeah, you know what I mean? That was a massive thing back in arcade races, you'd be changing the kind of weather. But I do believe with this game, it is kind of just set on one standard weather system, a little bit of rain, and pale skies here and there, but nothing too hardcore. Yeah. But yeah, there we go. I really do like the look of this. Again, lovely MotorStorm logo at the top there. Again, just really big there, isn't it? You want that nice and bright because, it's a franchise that has been seen before. This has been put on the PlayStation 2. So, you want those old players to come and revisit this game. So you need that nice and big slap bang in the middle there to appeal to all those gamers that were playing their previous games. And I think that works really well. I love the yellow that goes with it. Very iconic actually for this box art, because it does kind of give it a yellowy, orangey vibe with all the mud and stuff like that. So I do think the colours complement each other really well. Of course, we've got the old school PlayStation 3 logo down the spine there, the Spider-Man logo, I would say. I do actually really dig this logo over the PlayStation 3 one that they went for, and now they continued it over to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Yes, they've altered the colours slightly. But I thought this was really awesome, and it's a shame they kind of didn't stick with that font throughout PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, because I really do dig this, yeah. But yeah, there we go, age rating 12, so again, it is for youngsters, or will appeal to, that younger audience, hopefully. So they didn't want to go too hard with the, I would say, the box art here, if, blood coming out of one side as some guy's been run over, or explosions where body parts are flying off there. We do need to keep it within reason, and I think they've done that really well here, to appeal to a younger audience and an older audience. And again, that's quite hard to do, but I think they've pulled it off really nicely. Of course, we will take a little flip onto the back now. And of course, we've got some lovely screenshots, and again, with that big yellow writing, which I quite like. Yes, there is a little bit too much for my liking, but yeah, I do dig the yellow aesthetics that they've gone for here. But yeah, here we go. Let's just take another closer look. Well, I say another. This is the first time we're doing this today. So here we go. Let's take a closer look of those nice screenshots. Now, these are actually quite big. And you know me, guys. I'm the Artsy Gamer. I love a big, nice screenshot. And yes, I think they've done this really well. They have gone to town with this, giving you lots of different elements of the game. So here we go then. So we've got, just the basic classic race here. A load of cars, lots of different cars actually, just absolutely going as fast as they can down all these different avenues to try and win this race, which I think is really cool. And sorry, I did forget to mention actually, coming from the front here, this does give you an idea of you're going to be exploring lots of different vehicles, which I think just really works. They needed to show that actually, because that is a massive aspect of this game. Lots of different vehicles you can be playing around with, and that box art really does scream that. So again, well done for doing that there. So yeah, explosions. So yeah, look at that massive fire effect. That is really cool. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you can explode in this game. So one might be you've over boosted a little bit too much, because yes, you do have this really cool boost in the game. And yeah, if you overpower it, then you know, you absolutely exploded, and then you'll reset. And of course, once you're resetted, you see all those cars like flying past you, which is an absolute pain. But that is really cool there. Just look at that explosion. Just really, really awesome there. Really nice. Yeah, I was about to say, there is actually somebody there just coming off that. So that is actually pretty badass. What I do love about the explosions as well is they're all in slow motion. So, you know, you can kind of see every little element going wrong in your crash, you know. Like I said, somebody flying out there, not necessarily body parts, but, you know, somebody flying out there, and a wheel coming off over there, and a jet of fire as the, I don't know, the engine then suddenly explodes. So yeah, really cool. I love that. So yeah, now this one is just a really, really fast motorbike there, just jetting down that muddy section, I would say. A lot of that mud there. So that is really cool. Absolutely love that. The motorbikes for me, I think, are the hardest to control. But yeah, look at that, against cars and buggies and stuff like that. So it does give you an idea again that not only are you going to be experimenting and playing with different vehicles, you're going to be up against different vehicles as well. If you're playing a motorbike, you might be up against a load of lorries and buggies and stuff like that. If you're playing a big lorry, then you might be up against some smaller motorbikes and cars and, you know, rally cars and stuff like that. So yeah, it really does give you an idea and an understanding of what vehicles you'll be racing against, and I think that works really well. I love how the screenshots are then resting on the beautiful backdrop of these well, this deserty vibe that this is giving, isn't it? That mud, dirt and desert vibe, which I really do like. And again, that's what gives me that holistic approach with the yellow. I do like how they've used that yellow for the text and throughout the game. It really does bring everything together really nicely. And again, not too much going on with the weather there. It is that kind of grey, blue effect. Like I said, they don't really go too much to town with changing out the weather systems. But like I said, I think it's good that they don't. You don't want your game to be like too invested with, you know, if it's raining, then you need this car. If it's snowing, then you need this car. Actually, it goes into more depth with, if you have got a bike, then you're probably best going this route. If you've got a lorry, then yeah, you're probably best going this route. So yeah, I do like that there, how they've done that, and kind of, yeah, I would say taken away from the weather and given you all that action, yeah, which is really, really great. But of course, guys, we will, you know, give it the artsy game up pop. And yes, we will be taking a look at the lovely disc, the manual, and of course the reversible art cover that is seen in this. Yes, oh baby. So yeah, why not? We will take just a quick sip of coffee, guys. Come on. You know me. You know me. Yes, baby. Okay, then, well, yeah, we'll go straight on to the disc here. And oh yes, guys, a lovely coloured disc. And I tell you what, not a straight copy and paste either, which is what I absolutely love. You know, I want the artwork to be mixed up, and oh yes, it does it just beautifully here. It really, really does. So again, here you go. You have got lots of different vehicles plastered over this disc, which I think absolutely goes to town. There's that lorry that I'm on about, buggies, cars and jeeps and all kinds of stuff, just almost in a rushing blast across that disc there, don't you think? Which is again what this game is all about. It is just a massive rush to get to the finish line. Nobody is caring if they're crashing into you. You know, if you're in my way, I don't care. I'm just going to try and get past you as smoothly and as effectively as possible. And if I accidentally crash into you, well, that's it, isn't it? So yeah, you know, health and safety out the window with this with this style of racer, I tell you. But yeah, really, really great. I actually like how they have gone with that white look now, because it really does make every single vehicle stand out, I would say. If it had gone kind of like maybe a black disc, yeah, I would say a lot of that would have merged into one and would have got a little bit lost. But no, there you go. It's just really, really lovely and well put together there. And again, it just gives you an understanding of how many vehicles you can drive in this game. It really, really is great. Of course, then you have got the lovely PlayStation 3 logo there. The PlayStation 3, that is the Spider-Man font. Oh yes, I absolutely love that. And again, what I do like, it doesn't actually go all block there. It does allow a little bit more of the artwork to shine through, which is really, really great. Again, just subtle advertisements, PlayStation, and of course all the studios that helped develop this game. And of course, guys, we will give it a bit of the artsy gamer flip. So yeah, just flipping this bad boy over now. And yeah, this has been kept pretty pristine, guys. Yeah, this was my original copy. And for copies that, you know, did last, I did try to look after them. So yeah, this is pretty clean here. There we go. And yes, of course, all you guys down the camera there, if you are enjoying what you are seeing here today and can handle the artsy gamer mess and madness and my words just absolutely going
all over the place,
then yes, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and like this video if you haven't already. Honestly, guys, doing that kind of stuff really does help out the channel a ton, and it does mean these shows can keep progressing. All right then, guys, okay, we will just flip this back, yeah, to the front, and I'll just show you that one last time. What a beauty of a disc there, and again, not a straight copy and paste, which is lovely. Okay, so popping this back in, and let's just quickly dabble with the gameplay. Now, this is a game that I have played and I have completed, guys. Oh yes, I've done pretty much everything in this game. I absolutely love it. For me, this is just a really fun racing game that actually takes it to a little bit of a different level with regards to mud, dirt, and different terrains and tracks that you should be playing with different cars. So different cars and different vehicles have, I would say, more unique paths to take. So for example, I mean, I can't remember exactly because it has actually been quite a while since I played it, but you know, if you're going for a big lorry, I think that the lorries actually work really well going down all the mud tracks, you know, so that is what's going to make you work really well and, you know, potentially actually position really, really well. If you're going on a bike, then actually, yeah, it's better to take the higher route. They've got lots of jumping stuff going on with the higher route, and it's a little bit less muddy to then be skidding around. So that's really cool. And again, if you're a bike, that's the route that you need to take to, again, hopefully to position really well in the race. Again, cars can kind of do a little bit of a mix. They're okay in the mud, but they're also okay going kind of like higher ground as well. So again, it's just kind of like wherever you think is going to work best. I did feel cars were a little bit slow at turning, so it was actually more just trying to find more of a direct route rather than, yeah, going through a specific trail that focuses on mud or focuses on jumps, for example, to again position better in the race. But yeah, and again, it's just really, really fun, you know. So if you position, I think it's first to third, then you can progress to the next game or race, shall I say. Within each race, you've got to play as certain cars, so that's really cool. You know, I think you've got 4 different ways to play that specific race, and if you position first to third in all of them, then that will unlock the next track, which is really great. And each track is represented in a really cool like book, which is nice, kind of like unfolds, and then you're presented with the kind of like the 4 vehicles that you need to complete that track in, and then again you can progress. Of course, there's some really cool online play with this as well. I mean, gosh, I believe that online's play and the servers have stopped now, but back in the day, yeah, the online play was really, really fun, and I would say it was actually one of my first experiences of me playing as a child online, yeah, for the first first time. It was a really, really fun and surreal experience, actually, just playing against people from all the way around the world. You don't know who you're playing against, but I tell you what, guys, I actually did really well. I remember positioning first quite a few times. I was really getting into a rhythm with this game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is just a really, really fun racer. I really, really dig this. Yeah, there's no kind of like Mario power-ups or anything like that, or boosters, or, you know, it's not that kind of style. It is just pretty much a nitty-gritty race from start to end, and yeah, you've just got to try your best. And but that's what I like. I really, really do enjoy it, and that's what I love about this. Yeah, it isn't too kind of fantasy and mystical with and any power-ups or at all. But don't get me wrong, I do like that style of racer. But when you're kind of wanting more of a realistic-ish game with a little bit of a twist, then yeah, this is definitely the game for you. And of course, my dad would have picked this game up for me because yeah, it is that kind of realistic game over a Mario Kart, for example. So yeah, I do believe that is kind of like why he chose this game again for me to have a little bit of a dabble around with. So yeah, there we go. Moving on to the manual now then, guys. And of course, it is a PlayStation 3 manual. So yeah, not too much going for it, but we'll take a little bit of a sip of coffee and yeah, we'll take a look. So yeah, back to the artsy door mug. Come on, guys, you know, join me, come on. Lovely. Okay, so again, guys, what I really do appreciate about this isn't a straight copy and paste again. So they've done something different for the front box, they've done something different for the disc, and they've done something different for the manual, which I really, really love. Yeah, they didn't have to, but they did. And I tell you what, this is a little double page spread as well, which is what I like. So if you actually open the full manual there, it is one kind of like mini poster, which is really great. I love that. I really, really do. They have thought about it, haven't they, which is nice. So again, we've got this car cascading down here, probably gonna crash with this yellow car here. We've got some bikers and some quad bikers just in the background, again probably to jump over those cars as they collide. That's what I can envision here. Again, it's that muddy surround, so very iconic of this game, just mud splats here and there, just getting downright nitty gritty, and I think this just screams, yeah, Hal, God, you're gonna have a great time. Yeah, so really, really fun. And I tell you what, guys, actually, just going into more of the, I would say, the art and graphic design of this. Now, for me, coming from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3, it was a big leap in graphics. It really, really was. And I think this game, for me, was the standout moment where I was like, whoa, okay. Yeah, this is next level graphics for me. The graphics that you were seeing here are pretty much, if not, this may even be a screenshot from the game, what is in the game. It is what you are seeing. So I tell you what, the graphics in this game really do hold up to today's standards. I really, really do think that. They did so well to kind of push this PlayStation 3 early days in its cycle, and yeah, and I think it just kind of set the standard of what the PlayStation 3 could do. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, just look at that, and again, wouldn't that be cool? You know, you might photocopy that or something, and then you've got a mini little poster there. So yeah, really, really great. Okay then, so yes, guys, we will take a little bit of a flick through this book. Yeah, unfortunately, black and white. Wouldn't have been cool if it was in colour, but no, sadly not. Especially when they have actually gone to town with a lot of the, you know, yeah, the art and graphic design to make it a really nice kind of, yeah, keepsake. It's a shame they didn't go to town with the colour with this, but nevertheless, here we go. So just flicking through this now, basic UI, but I do like how a lot of the text is resting on quite a nice pretty backdrop there. It's kind of like, yeah, I would say some dried up dirt, if you can just see in the back, which is nice. We do have screenshots though, which is lovely. Again, so here we go, that's pretty cool. That is definitely a car in action action there, isn't it? Ready to just absolutely go hard with its race. Probably ready to, yeah, swoop through there, to swoop back through, to try and get into a better position. The way it's just angled there, which is really cool. And of course, yes, it does go through a lot of the mechanics on the first few pages on how you're going to be handling your car throughout. Because yes, like I said, different cars handle differently with different routes you are going to take within each level, which I think is really cool. Now these are very, very small screenshots, but it does just give you a little bit information on every single car that you are likely to be playing with this. So, you know, bikes, buggies, what we've got to rally cars, racing trucks. So yeah, big
rigs.
Okay. So yeah, really, really awesome. Just does give you a small breakdown there. And again, yeah, here we go. So just some of the tracks that you'll be playing in, yeah. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, it is all just a kind of a standard weather system. So nothing too much going on with that. It is pretty much just what terrain you are likely to take, which will affect your game style and driving style, I should say. So yeah, really cool, lovely screenshot. So gosh, wouldn't it have been lovely in colour? You know, imagine that sun there just cascading its light across the valleys, would you say? That would have been really cool, but yeah, sadly not. But yeah, really do like that. Really do like how they've got those, they're almost like pictures, aren't they? Just dotted around on your page. So yeah, I do like the art that has gone into that. There we go. Oh, yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, comes to an end there. Like I said, yeah, PlayStation 3, you know, you're lucky if you get a manual. And when you do, there's not much going for it. But yeah, there we go. This one did come with a little advertisement, advertising Gran Turismo. And, oh, okay, yes, just looking on the back here, though, we've got some nice other games that this studio was advertising at the time. Some sort of fighting game, which is really cool. Love that. Love the colours there. Yeah, there we go. They love to add their advertisements in colour, don't they? And then a bit of a Gran Turismo car there. Oh, there we go. Now, Gran Turismo is very much a driving simulator, would you say? But for some reason, my dad didn't clock on to Gran Turismo at all. And that's surprising. That's surprising considering how much he liked realistic games, almost like simulators. Yeah, so I don't know why that didn't cross his radar. But anyway, we will take a look at the lovely reversible art cover that is in this MotorStorm. And yeah, here we go. We'll just lift that up now. And yeah, I think this is a little bit of a take on what is seen on the disc art. And oh yeah, baby. And again, that is a poster in itself, isn't it? How awesome is that there? We've just got people chilling out on their dirty, dirty trucks and bikes. Looks like this guy might be fixing something there. We've got another person here just resting on his buggy. Really great. And I tell you what, yeah, I think these are pretty much the actual models that are used in the game. I don't think these are an artist representation. So you can definitely see how beautiful the graphic fidelity in this game really, really is. Yeah, just absolutely top notch. And again, all the colours are a little bit muted because of all that dirt that is plastered on all of the cars there. Like I said, I'm not too sure how many times I use the word dirt this video, but yeah, there we go. And all the splats as well on the ground. Just really brings this whole piece together, doesn't it? So yeah, really, really lovely. And again, guys, I'll just hold that up a little bit longer just in case it inspires you to do anything with your art. You might want to just pause the video, screenshot anything you like. And yeah, maybe you want to get arty-farty by drawing a car. Who knows? But yeah, that is pretty badass. I love that reversible art cover there. Right then, well, I'll pop that back in my own time. So yes, guys, that is my first video from wow, me being away from the Artsy Gamer studio and on holiday. Like I said, I did try to make it a little bit representative of what I have at home. But yeah, there we go. Like I said, some of my YouTube videos will be dedicated to MotorStorm if I actually manage to get my controller up and functioning. Yes, if I do manage to get a TikTok, I would love to play Assassin's Creed. That's why I bought it. And of course, guys, I will look to do a little bit of art as well to keep my art flowing and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll just see how the videos come out this week. But yeah, just bear with me if uploads are a little bit slower, or maybe we don't get an upload every single day. But yes, there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video today, and hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow. That is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out.